Hey guys, I'm back with one of my collectibles. Here is the Play Imaginative Iron Man 3 War Machine Mark II. This is a quarter scale. Let's go ahead and take a look at them. First of all, I don't usually mention brown shipping boxes, but I gotta say, this Play Imaginative company did a really good job. They do have a lot of markings on the outside of their box, but I gotta say, this is a real thick corrugated box. It's like a triple ply, and what they did is they actually use these really nice styrofoam. So the figure, even if this box were to get dinged up, a lot of my 1/6 figures from Hot Toys, I save the art boxes. I love the art, so a lot of the 1/6 boxes will, they'll just get dinged up. And the art box is right against the cardboard. What Play Imaginative has done is they've encased it in these really nice styrofoam pieces, so there's no way for your box to actually touch the edge. You can tell that it's roughly about a ½ inch all the way around the art box. So this is what is going to get the impact and not the art box. There's really virtually no way of you getting a mint art box with the way that they're shipping these. This is a very large box. It's approximately, I'm guessing, well, I think it was around 24 by 18 when I measured it. So let me slide that out of the way. Let's take a look at the actual box from Play Imaginative. So here we go. Here is the box. Really nice artwork. You've got War Machine on the front, and it just reminds me of it's not an actual photo, it's more of I don't know, I would say it's more of kind of like a drawing almost, like someone drew on the box. Really cool the way they did it. It really looks nice. I want to point out that down here, these figures are all basically about 80% die cast. What they've done is they brought the die cast actually into the freaking cardboard box. So this is a die cast plate, chromed out, and it has a little plastic film on it. I mean, they even took the time to put that on there. It was really cool, just attention to detail. Over on the side, you've got the rest of War Machine's silhouette. Very nice, Play Imaginative. On the back, it has another silhouette of War Machine. Very nice, nice line art. The bottom, it has all of your licensing, Play Imaginative. On the right-hand side, you can see superalloyfigure.com. This is where Play Imaginative had a lot of issues. I believe as a company, they just took on too much. They were showing off like 40-some armors from the House Party Protocol across every convention. They said that they took pre-orders for like about 8 of the figures. They got way overextended. They should have just focused on just a couple figures at a time, 2 pre-orders at a time, and made good quality, and they just didn't. They also had a 1/6 scale line that they were producing at the same time, which was also a die cast, and that had horrible reviews for its quality control for the Mark VII. This figure, as I get into it, I'm going to show you what I found, but I'm at this point, I'm very impressed with the whole entire everything that I've seen so far. So, yeah, there you go. This is all fully licensed, so let's go ahead and let's take a look at the box itself. So I'm just going to put the camera down here. I'm going to slide the slip cover off and put that over to the side. Now here you go. Here's another attention to detail. I mean, I thought this was really cool when I opened it up. They took the time to not just put a stupid styrofoam box in there. They could have. No, they went ahead and they made a nice impression of the War Machine chest. So you can see it's it's definitely a design of the upper breastplate, the arc reactor. It says War Machine, and then the abdomen section. Very nice. They didn't have to do that. That's obviously extra tooling for them to press that out into the styrofoam. They could have just made it just flat styrofoam, but once again, they're on track for attention to detail. So let's go ahead. I mean, by the way, this is a $600 figure, so I think they were trying to basically impress everyone. So let's open it up. So here you have your typical you've got your typical, you've got a plastic, I shouldn't say typical because this is nice that they've got a plastic on the above portion, the top cover portion, and then also you will have multiple layers of the cellophane wrapping, and then you'll actually have another, this is not just sitting in the styrofoam, this is actually sitting in another piece of plastic, and this is actually hard plastic. It's not, you know, it's actually plastic. So anyway, moving along here, you can see it comes with a couple different head sculpts. This is a roadie head sculpt that it comes with, and then it also comes with the light up mask as well. Here's another, you can use this. This is die cast as well, and you can go ahead and you can use this to put on the roadie head sculpt and have his mask kind of facing in the you know, in the upper position. So I'll put that back in later. But then it comes with an assortment of hands. They're in fixed position or articulated. I will say that my hand on both of my figures so far, for the right side, the only thing that it comes with the fist pre-installed, but I chose to put the articulated hands on there, and this piece here actually popped off of my the right side of the articulated hand. So I don't know why it was only the right side, but that actually happened on my War Machine and my Iron Patriot. We'll get into that later. But anyway, moving along here, I'm going to put the, trying to hold the camera here. So there's another layer on top of there. So the next layer is going to be where all the base is. So here is the piece where your base is going to be, and here is your large. This is the clamp. You know, normally in the 1/6 scale, you have a little dinky clamp. Look at this thing. This thing is big enough to freaking you know, use for testing how much fat you have on your body or something when you go to the doctor. It's really crazy. Then we got these little two pieces of acrylic. I'll show you what those are later. And we also have the acrylic stand tube, which is very impressive. I was impressed with that as well. And then you have the base. The base, honestly, guys, it's a 12-inch diameter base. Huge, huge base. You have your instruction, you have your Super Ally figure little wipey thing, and there you go. On the bottom of this, you will get a diorama piece, which I will show you. So let me cut over to my other station, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, I'm back. I'm back over to my backdrop station here, and let me just show you. This is the piece that comes with the set here. Let me show you. I'm just going to fold it up. This is basically a material that is like a game, like if you're going to play a board game. It's a board game cardboard material, very, very high quality. On the back of it, it says War Machine Mark II, quarter scale, licensing, blah, blah. And these are the same backdrops they used at all of their Comic-Con displays that they had as well. All the conventions they go, they use the backdrops, and they use this. This is on the back of it. So it was probably used for two different purposes there. But yeah, we can open up the backdrop. The backdrop only comes with the War Machine. It was supposed to also come with the Mark 42, but unfortunately that never got released. I'll talk about that later. But here we go, guys. Here is the quarter scale Play Imaginative War Machine Mark II. Really, really nice figure. Lots of detail here. Just really, really nice. The arc reactor actually looks like it is, it's not too bright, it's not too faint. It actually looks like there is a real arc that is happening back there. It's got details along the arms. These guns actually are on springs, really cool. You just press them down or you press it up and then lift up. Very, very nice. This is the piece that actually fell off. I just have to super glue that back on. Not a big deal. You can see on the thigh area, just really, really cool. What they have also done is they have put a piece of plastic anywhere where the pieces are articulated. Basically, if you know, this piece, if you pose this piece down, there is potentiality for it to scratch the die cast metal, because it is all die cast metal. You know, I feel that if you're very careful with it, I think it'll be fine, but for shipping purposes, they did put protection, you know, in some areas, which I thought was real thoughtful, so that way you don't get a dinged up Iron Man. I think Hot Toys cheats a little bit because they like to give us battle damaged everything. Like, even the normal figures, you know, are pretty much have scuffs and stuff. They get away with that. That way they don't have complaints about the figure. And I think that's what the downfall was for the Mark 7, the Super Alloy Mark 7, because the Mark 7, you know, was nice candy red, you know, automotive finish, and you know, that's where, without them having any of the battle damage or any of the marks on there, people were just looking at the paint like an automobile finish, and they were finding all kinds of imperfections when, you know, and truthfully, even if you buy a car, the car is going to have orange peel. Anytime you paint metal, there's going to be some kind of imperfection on there if you look close. Anyway, moving back to this guy, really happy they did the clean paint job. I'm not a fan of having all my figures battle damage. It's okay in certain situations, but everything to be battle damage is a little ridiculous, I think. So Play Imaginative did not cheat, and they did do clean figures. So real nice. Let me go ahead and zoom out a little bit here. This base is so impressive, guys. I've got it on top of my little turntable, but holy crap, this base is like 12 inches in diameter. These LEDs are super impressive. They're very bright. It's just such a high quality. I don't know. That's why I feel bad that this company is no longer in business. Even the mat on the floor this is like a textured rubber mat, so the figure doesn't slip. And then they've got this, you know, real nice placard that the LEDs shine up through. I thought that was really cool. And then let me go ahead and just try to move him around. Hopefully he doesn't fall here. I should have him positioned. He's a pretty stable figure. I mean, for a quarter scale, he's very stable. He's very heavy. I'm pretty sure the figure himself weighs close to 15 pounds. Just really nice. So let's just look down the side here. Real cool. But yeah, this base, let's talk about this base, guys. You know, normally we get a Hot Toys rod that looks like a freaking straw, right? Well, this rod has got to be at least, you know, it's about a ½ inch in diameter, you know, ½ inch solid piece of acrylic. Really nice. You can see you know, it just plugs into the base like that. You can see the switch here for turning the lights on and off. Really cool. Let's see, let's take a look at the cannon. The cannon's got really nice details. Let me see if I can show you that. Really cool. Also, like, for the cannon, like, they didn't just put a stupid little switch on it. Like, this is the switch. You just press this in or press this out, and that's the switch to activate the cannon. You know, and this is the first, you know, Iron Man from Hot Toys don't even come with a light-up cannon, so I thought that was really cool as well, that they took the time to build in the electronics to have that cannon light up. It's kind of like an orangey color, so it's a really nice color. Oh, and I just want to say, all these batteries come pre-installed with a little pull tab, kind of a job. I will say that right out of the box, I did have to open up all of the you know, all of the battery compartments, and I actually had to just kind of like move the batteries a little bit to make them, because they weren't actually all making contact. So if you do find one of these guys, which these figures are hard to find now, I think BBTS still has it in stock, but I did find a website that has him a little bit cheaper than everybody else. I think they only have a few left in stock, but anyway, yeah, you might have to just rotate the batteries. They all were good. They were not exploded. You know, they were all good batteries. So, you know, but yeah, look at the detail. And then once again, the arms, they have these little magnetic pieces on them. This is metal. This is die cast right here. And then here's the inner workings of the arm. And that they just clip on with a lot of magnets, you know, so. But yeah, look at this guy. This guy is really cool, huh? I don't know. You know, being a Hot Toy collector for many years, and you know, Hot Toy is just not making a lot of quarter scale. You know, so they're going to be making the Mark 43 and the Mark 45. But to have this figure in die-cast, I don't know, it's just, you know, it's the same feeling when you buy the 1/6 die-cast. They just feel like you're, I don't know, I think it's a psychological thing that it feels like you're getting more for your money kind of thing. Granted, this figure is $600, but this is a quarter scale size. And at $600, you know, even the Mark 43 right now that Hot Toys is saying, you know, showing, those are $550. Mark 43 and 45 is $550. So $600 for them to be able to produce this. And I don't know, maybe they lost their ass on it. Maybe that's why they went out of business, you know, because $600 is not enough money for them to recoup on something like this. But, and once again, here you go. You can see right here where they have the plastic. I left the plastic in, but yeah, any part where it's going to rub, you just got to be careful and just basically pose your figure very slow. They do show that this figure can do the landing pose. I don't know. I'm not going to try it. And he does have flaps. These flaps come up. They only come up to about there, so they don't flap up real high like in the standard Mark 6. They're just going to flap up to that hinge line. The battery switch is actually right here for the arc reactor. Oh, and this does slide across the channel. You can move the cannon up and down amongst the channel as well. But there you go, guys. This is the War Machine Mark II from Play Imaginative. I am hoping that the company goes ahead and does more. I mean, obviously Play Imaginative is no longer in business, but they transitioned from Play Imaginative to SuperAlloyFigure.com, and then finally they just, what's weird is they still have an active Facebook account, and they, you know, they say they have nothing to do with Comic Cave Studios, but I believe that's all it is. They changed the name. Comic Cave Studios is what they're saying is they're basically saying that they have purchased the licensing from Play Imaginative. They're saying that Play Imaginative has the licensing for the next 3 to 5 years, and so what they have done is they have leased or purchased the licensing structure from Play Imaginative, and that's how they're spinning it. They're saying that they are a totally different company. They are the ones that are building that crazy 1/4 scale Hulkbuster. They just recently gave that away in Manila, I believe, for, I think it was a retail, it was 450,000 pesos, which came out to about $9,600 US. I don't know if that's the retail price of that figure, if they do release it in retail, but it's going to be a lot of money for that quarter scale. Comic Cave Studios did say that they are going to release a Mark 43 and also a Mark 45. The Mark 43 is going to have a flip-up motorized helmet faceplate, which I thought was really cool. But I don't know, you know, hopefully they don't go the way of Play Imaginative and start releasing too much or trying to show off too much. Right now their website is very limited. All you can see when you go to their website in quarter scale is the Hulkbuster and the Mark 43 and Mark 45, and there's very, very limited pictures of both. So hopefully they keep it small. I did try to ask on Facebook if they would release the Mark 42, and it says that they will possibly release the Mark 42. That was the last figure that was in production, but then they did actually get ready to ship, but the QC, they were blaming on QC that it wasn't good enough, so they stopped shipment of all of the Mark 42. So I'm actually hoping that eventually they do release the Mark 42 and I can add them to my collection along with Iron Patriot and War Machine. But as of right now, it's really kind of all up in the air. But for me, I am definitely sold on quarter scale. Just to give you guys an idea, let me get my little, let me get a ruler out real quick here. Sorry about the camera. So just to give you an idea, if I go from the bottom, oh, let me straighten the ruler out. Sorry about that. If I go from the bottom to the top here, you're talking about an 18-inch figure. So this is an 18-inch figure. And across his chest from arm to arm, it's about 6 inches. It's kind of hard to see on the camera, but it's 6 inches from shoulder to shoulder. So it's a very, very large figure. Like I said, I'm totally happy with it. I'm happy with the quality. I'm happy with the, you know, basically the presentation of everything. So there you go, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the review. Keep a watch for the next review, which is going to be my the Iron Patriot. That'll be the next one that I'm going to review. So, all right, thanks, guys. Take care.